What up, everybody? We're gonna start this out. I'm gonna start this out right away with some music. Switch it up. MVP flow, Pat Mahomes, I get thrown with my homies, and we roll back to back like Drizzy, yo. Yeah, I had to come back, and that's where the Drake go. I ain't never really read, though. I just had to breathe, though. Re-up on some beats, oh, mind myself, I beast. Welcome to another episode of Happy Hour Live. I want to start the same with making a cocktail. That's the whole point of this show. I want it to be like short, quick episodes where I make a drink, talk a little music, maybe play a game, just do some chop it up real quick. It's just like a short happy hour session, you know, like how you would treat it when you go see a friend at happy hour. But this is Passion Park edition, you know. Today we are doing a famous cocktail. It's a old, like, traditional cocktail. It's been around forever. I know it's probably one of the first cocktails I had to learn when I started bartending. But we're gonna do a little different variation of it. We're gonna do a Manhattan. Generally, you use bourbon in a Manhattan, but I mean, you could do a brandy Manhattan if you wanted to. Wisconsin people, they would probably do a brandy Manhattan. I'm gonna stick with whiskey. That's what I drink. That's what we're gonna do. Today's variation is that I'm gonna use Chambord. I got this little bottle of Chambord. If you remember last episode, I told you that I'm trying to get rid of a lot of these little bottles, find ways to use the liquor that you have and make cool cocktails that taste great. Last week I did the mojito with the rum that I had, and then this week I'm gonna do a Chambord Manhattan, all right? So normally Manhattan is whatever your main liquor is, so it would be bourbon normally. Like I said, you could do brandy. You would do some bitters, splash of bitters, and then you would do sweet vermouth. But instead of sweet vermouth, I don't have sweet vermouth, and actually Chambord can replace that. There's a sweetness to it. It's a raspberry liqueur, so it'll do the trick. So it's not a hard cocktail to make at all. You can do it on the rocks. You can do it up like a martini, so, you know, neat, no ice. And that's what I'm gonna do. So the first thing, if you're gonna do a martini, always rinse out your martini glass just a little bit, just put a little water. What I do, you know, this is an old little bartender's trick. I'm just gonna do it since I'm at home right now. Why not? Put a couple cubes in the martini glass, and then put a little water in it, and then just let it sit. All right. It's gonna chill. It's gonna get cold. You just wanna get an ice cold martini glass, you know, instead of like chilling your glass in the freezer or something like that. So here's what you gotta do. A shot of whiskey, you can do, you know, like the standard, like I have the actual recipe if I wanted to, and it says you use 1.5 ounces, which, you know, like a shot. I'm not measuring this out. We're gonna do a free pour. So I'm gonna do a 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This thing's not pouring great. Nah. So I did like a 5 pounds, like a shot and a half, probably a double shot in there, but. And then you're supposed to do like a 1/2 ounce of this, of Chambord. You don't want to go too crazy with it. I'm just going to eyeball it like I said I've been doing, you know what I'm saying? See, the cool thing about this little bottle is I could probably get like 3 Manhattans out of that bad boy. Bitters, like I always tell you, depends how much you like bitters, depends how much you got, depends how much you're sacred about it. You don't want to go crazy, but people are like super shy with their bitters. I'm not shy with my bitters, that's all I'll say. I'm going to turn the music up as I stir it up because you know it's loud. Ooh. So if you guys remember last week's episode, I opened the club soda for the mojito, and it made a kaboom, a splash. It blew everywhere. Well, I was just stirring this up, shot some ice everywhere. There's no way to do this without cleaning. I almost just dropped the martini glass. Guys, what's going on here? Take the water and ice out of the martini glass. I just stirred that up for a little bit. Put this over here. Strain this out. But before I do that, I'm going to get a bar pick. You know, at home, most people don't have garnishes and stuff. I get that. But if you do, you know, you might as well utilize it. So I did have like a little thing of cherries here, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm pretty sure that these are from a family event, and I'm pretty sure these cherries are vodka soaked. So that's not necessarily what you're supposed to do, but the flavor on the vodka in these is not crazy. And plus, fuck it, alcohol and alcohol, who cares? All right, so I'm gonna put this cherry already in this bad boy. Now I already stirred this up. Let's strain this bad boy out. Cheers. Oh man. I think I'm getting drunk tonight, guys. These are good. Like I said, there's probably about 3 or 4 in that Chambord bottle, so this is gonna be a drunk one. Everybody's in quarantine. We're trying to figure this out. I have been telling my friends, you know, you gotta actually challenge yourself to not have a drink every day because it's tempting. You know, you're bored, you're sitting around, you're like, should I just crack a beer? Past couple days, I haven't had a drink in I think 3 or Easter. I had a couple White Claws on Easter actually, but so I didn't drink Monday or Tuesday. It's hump day today. I earned this cocktail. I did earn this. I finished editing a music video that's gonna be out next week. I'm not gonna release all those details right now. I finished a song that I'm not gonna tell you when that's out, but it goes with some other stuff. So I finished these things that I had to finish. I feel productive today. I don't know about you guys. You feel productive? How you feeling? And then I scheduled to get on live at 5 o'clock, and now I'm here. All right, so I already performed the Comeback up top. I love performing that song. That song just challenges me to like actually rap and keep my breath. If you notice, I lost my breath a little bit in that. But as I've been saying on my podcast and everything, stay tuned. I got new music coming very soon. Next week, actually. New music coming next week. I'm not gonna say exactly, but you'll see a bunch of IG posts that come with that. The one thing I want to do to finish this off before I get out of here, after I make this cocktail, I posted on my IG story. I was just like going through some old shit, like going through some old music. This time at quarantine, like there's been a lot of going through old shit. Like if anybody's seen on my page, I posted like an old basketball video. Tomorrow I'll probably post this other old clip that I have. So I've been seeing old stuff. But anyways, I went through some of my old music just because I don't know, I just thought of something like this song and I was thinking of this melody that I had in my head and I was like, I think I've done that before. And so I went back to this old project I had that was called The Progression. I did, for those who don't know, so I have 4 albums out now. But I did have like 3 or 4, I had 4 mixtapes before I had the 4 albums. So like those were on Dat Piff and all that stuff. And I'm not, I'm getting better as an artist every day. So I'm not claiming that music's great, but like, sometimes when you look in your old music and it can be cringeworthy for yourself to hear, but it's also like sometimes you'll find like a gem in the middle of an old song. You're like, man, I hate how I sounded, and then you just find one line that you're like, oh shit, I did that. Shit, that was me. I wrote that. So I had a couple of those listening to some of my old shit where I'm like, oh, I still, it's like remembers like there was flashes of what could be early on, and so that just reminded me. So anyways, I'm just gonna play a little bit of this old song, especially because it has to do with bartending and just like what has to do with a bartender, like based on that T-Pain song, bartender, looking at. But yeah, shout out to my guy TK who produced this. He used to produce a lot of my work back in the day. It's like the first studio I used to work in. So I'm gonna play this for you guys. I'm gonna drink this Manhattan. She bad, ooh, 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 she bad, gotta like, ooh, she bad, ooh, she bad, she bad, she bad, gotta like, ooh, she wally, ooh, she bang, work that fool, T-Tang, word the QBs, but she fine, it's body time with hourglass, an hour pass, I'm in it, hey, shorty got the curves so ride it slow, then back it up like you getting told, back it up like you getting told, we finish up, then pull it up, we get broke, and break it down, and light it up, and we get broke, hey. I just need one more drink, I need one more drink. This bartender. I just need one more drink, I need one more drink. This bartender. One more drink, this bartender. I need one more drink. I just need one more drink, I need one more drink. This bartender. Hey girl, hey. We get thrown, Paul Wall. I'm a wizard shit. John Wall. See shorties in the spell, never want no one else. But hey, from the window to the motherfucking wall. That yin yang plays in her ass falls. Damn, she fine. Tonight I'm on my genuine. Getting in those jeans, then eating that cat like lean cuisine. God damn. Eating sliding in between. But hold up, it was all a dream. What up, what up? Hey, what up, baby? Get back to the crib. Ain't got time. Just what's up, Papa? But she's making it hard to go. See, I'm listening to this old song of mine, and I didn't realize how explicit I got there. I said I'm eating that cat like lean cuisine. God, I'm a fucking freak sometimes, guys. I don't know. Man, shit. Let's bust out one more old song because I'm interested in this old music of mine. I completely forgot. I'm gonna play another old one. Let's see here. This is the last one I'm gonna play before I get out of here for happy hour, guys. I hope you are enjoying this hump day. I hope you're enjoying this quarantine. This is an old rap song of mine. Enjoy. See all these vices so enticing. See all these vices so enticing. I don't remember any of these words. This shit is from 2013, 7 years ago. Breaking bread, getting head, breaking bad, I'm in the lab. Hitting potent, got you caught with Walter White.
I'm taking flight. Woo. Into my delight, the time is night. Ironic, that's my shine. Eyes open, but you blind. Stevie Wonder, why you lost your thunder? James Harden, I'm just starting. You departing. Alec Baldwin, all that flossing like you bossing, but you lost it. No more cake, you ain't cold, but shit, I'm frosting. Yeah, I know this just shit talking. Kinda like I'm sounding tossing. Ooh, that's nasty. No, don't ask me, but shorty, I'm about what's in them panties. Always been all this sin, all this pussy to drown in.
God damn! What the? What? I guess, I mean, in my early 20s, all I wanted to talk about was that. See, this is what happens. I'm listening to this old mixtape of mine. I'm like, I didn't know I was that. I just didn't know I was that sexual in all my old music. That shit was explicit. Oh, shit. Well, I'll tell you what though, I do like listening to my old shit because I get reminded by some of this old shit. It just reminds me that I've been doing this shit and I'm not gonna stop. Get better constantly, and that's how I want to get out of here. I want to remind you, if you got something you're working on, just keep working on that shit. I'm working on this shit every day. I got new music coming out next week, and I got new music coming out constantly because that shit's not stopping, y'all. So follow your shit, follow your dreams, do your shit, and hope you are staying healthy, staying happy, staying safe during this quarantine, guys. Yeah, podcast tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hit me up. Thank you guys for all the support. One love!